Hi, my name is Julia and I'm with Julia Sue's Stamping. And today I am really excited to be here with you. Thank you for joining me for a few minutes. I appreciate your time. I live in Northeast Ohio and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Everything I use is Stampin' Up! Today's card, and it is a card, is very interactive. It's a super fun fold card. I love this card. I started off thinking, well, that's easy. I can do that card. And I made one, and then I made another one, and then I made another one because it's that easy. It's cute, it's simple, and it's a lot of fun. Are you ready? Here we go. So I am using the trimmer today right away, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in all the other supplies as well. So I am using the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper, just a little bit of it, with some pretty peacock paper, some basic white scrap, that's my scrap, and this is a basic white to go inside the card. I am also going to be using some Poppy Parade, Lost Lagoon, and Pretty Peacock inks. And the stamp set today is the Hooray for Surprises. The card is, oh, I almost forgot, I am also using a die cut, which is from the Nested Essentials. So it's the next to largest square, or is this a rectangle? What do you call it? Do you call it a square or a rectangle? Do you know? Square-ish, rectangle-ish thing, that shape. All right, so that's what we're doing here. And the first thing I'm going to do with the cardstock is do some scoring on it. You need to feel free to use any stamp set you want because a lot of stamp sets will go with this card. It's super cool and really cute. And I want to remind you that all the details are going to be up on my blog, so please be sure you check it out. The first thing I'm going to do then is cut the cardstock, and like I said, the details are on my blog, including measurements. So I have the cardstock cut, and then I'm going to score it. So it's 2 inches here and then 5 inches. So it's in even thirds. So each of these is 2.5 inches. And I'm going to open this up, get it to 2.5 inches, and using the scoring blade, score it. Like I said, at the 2.5 and the 5 inches. So each of those is, you can't see it very well, which is why I did it on here, so you could see it easier. So that's the way I have the scoring lines. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score from this line here down to the diagonal and do the same thing over here. And then from there on, it's just the easy card. This is an example of how then I'm going to score it. I already did this score line and this score line here. So I'm going to do it from the diagonal, and the diagonals go the same direction, as you can see. So placing the cardstock down and using the line that gets used as a guide. I have the point here and I've got it up there where the score line is, and give it a quick score. Same thing here because it's going the same direction. So I've got the point in the line as well as the end of the score over here, and give it a really good score. Now I'm done with the paper trimmer. I'm going to fold on all the score lines. Score lines getting burnished really well, make them nice and tight. I use a bone folder. Maybe you're one of those people who likes to use their fingernails or a pen. That's up to you. Whatever you like to use. And so you can see I'm beginning with the folds here, and now I'm going to do this one also to the outside. So the card will open up in this manner, or you can have it be this way, whichever way you want, or it can be like this. It's up to you. It's your card and you can do whatever you want with it. I try and make it really tight though, as tight as I can, so that it's easier to keep closed. Because this card does not want to, it will not want to stay closed. All right, I'm all done with the bone folder, and then I have 2 pieces of the designer series paper that I'm going to cut to the same sizes. It's 4 inches by 2 1/4 each. And I was wrong because I am not done with the paper trimmer after all. I need to cut one of these as well. So both of them get cut to be on the diagonal. So, well, I just scored it instead of cut it. There we go. Now I got it cut. And that's how that looks then. And I have another one that I've already done. So we've got these 2 all cut into the triangles, right? Then all we're going to do with them is adhere them to these pieces here. And apparently I'm going to have to use this side, which kind of makes me sad. So I'm going to just fold it again the opposite way because I want to use the other side. And that's the cool thing. I am able to make changes now because I haven't adhered anything or glued anything. So now's the time to make a change. It's not a mistake, it's a change. Okay, let's see. Yay, this time the triangles fit. Yeah, awesome. And see, when they go on there, it almost looks like it's just the one sheet before it got cut. Cool. Using the glue adhesive because it's got this tiny little end here, and I scrape the adhesive on the paper. So I'm hardly using any. It's really tricky with glue to make sure you don't use too much or too little. All right, and the glue also gives you time to make sure you get your triangle on there just the way you want. I got a little bit on my finger. And now I'm going to put some adhesive on this side as well. Putting it down. There we go. Excellent. All right. So that bright and beautiful designer series paper fits perfectly onto those sections. It gives a little pop of color as well. And then, you know, if you really wanted to, you could have the opposite side be, you know, if that's how you ended up cutting it, which I did for a couple of the cards, but for this one, I'm going to be keeping the same designer series paper on there so that it looks very cohesive. And place this one down. And then this one will go right here. Placing this one down as well. All right. And those patterns stand out so nicely against the pretty peacock cardstock. I really like that. That's triangles help the card feel fun and vibrant and add a lot of visual interest and some dimension to the card. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is take the scrap piece of paper along with the die cut that I have here, and I'm going to cut it into the shape that I want, and you can see it's got little stitching on it, which is so nice. Then I'm going to stamp from the Hooray for Surprises, the You're the Best, and I think I'm going to do that in the Pretty Peacock ink. This card comes together so incredibly fast. It's amazing. So I'm just gonna ink up that stamp, place it down, down and up. And then I want to have this card go this direction, like that. So I'm going to put some dimensionals behind my sentiment, and the dimensionals you only want to have so it doesn't go across the whole thing. I want to help it open still, so I'm only going to put dimensionals on this back here. I'm looking at it to kind of see how it's going to be able to be centered grab the dimensionals and bring them in. So I've got them handy. I'm going to go ahead and put one up here on this corner because I know that's going to be a good spot. And then here in this corner and down here in this corner. And I want to keep them from showing when the card gets opened as well. So let's see how that's going to work now. I've got it right here and placing it on, trying to kind of get it centered. And it didn't work, did it? I've got the dimensional showing, so I'm going to have to take that off. But that's the great thing about handmade cards. You can go ahead and fix stuff. There we go. Put it a little bit further up. All right, let's try it again. Take it off, fold it up, place it down. Okay. And this time, I believe the dimensionals are hidden. Yes, they are. Good. Excellent. Okay. Don't be afraid to take stuff off and to re-adhere it. It's okay. We all do that. And now I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside so that if anything happens, I can use the other side, because apparently today I need to do that. I've got the Lost Lagoon and this adorable sentiment that says, "You are simply amazing." I'm going to put that down here on the bottom. And I used my color coach here to see what will go with it. This is going to be available for purchase really soon, I think like November 5th or something. And I wanted to see what would be complementary color to the Pretty Peacock and the Lost Lagoon. What would go with it. And it had Poppy Parade and the Fleur de Flamingo and these other colors here in this box. I really love the pop that Poppy Parade has. The Poppy Parade has a pop. And so that's what I chose to use for the little heart, which also makes sense to have a nice little red here. I'm going to just put a few little hearts around like that. All right. Excellent. I'm really happy with how that looks. That's not something I've had to redo yet. So now I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back here and put it on the inside. Nice. Okay. And that is the fun fold. How cute is that? All right. So also for embellishing the front, I've got that sentiment for the Hooray for Surprises stamp set. I'm also going to use the tri-colored sequins because one of them is a Pretty Peacock. So along with the Take Your Pick tool, just going to go ahead and get a couple of sequins on here. I tend to do 3s just because that's what I tend to do. It's more pleasing to the eye, apparently, or something like that. So there we go. All right. And you are simply amazing. This small card is just so cute, but it fits perfectly into an envelope. See, that's how it would go into the envelope really easily. It's a cool fold, and I think anyone who gets this would just love it. It's so much fun. So I also did this, like I said, I did this in a whole bunch of others as well. That fun fold card is complete. I've also got some that I did with ephemera, and it's this adorable green, the granny apple green with ahoy and a little birthday wishes inside. That's a Simply Said stamp set. I also did it with the Let's see, what's this one called? Heartfelt Hexagon. I hope your day is filled with joy. With a melon mambo, and let's see, this is the filled with fun designer series paper. I did different one on the other side there. I also did this, today is National Cat Day, so I had to have one with a cat. Here's some more ephemera and birthday wishes inside. So if you know someone who's a kitty lover, how cute is that? So it's really nice because this paper was not directional, so it was really easy to use in there. I did holiday ones also, so this one opens a little bit differently, but a Happy Christmas on the inside. So there we go for Christmas. See how much fun I had with this? I've got like 8 of them, I think. All right, and this is the Labeled with Love stamp set with a little bit of ephemera up there. So enjoy today and wishing someone a happy birthday. Still fits inside an envelope, and I just made sure I laid it on top of an envelope and made sure that my ephemera would fit. But how cute is that? This is such a fun card to give to someone. And I've got one more Christmas or holiday style with lots of gold. I punched out with the hexagon punch, and just for you with the take a bow or take a bow, however you want to say it, designer series paper and real red back. Look at all of these. Do you think I liked doing this? Yeah, it was such an easy, really quick, fun fold, and a way to use up little bits of designer series paper. You can make 2 cards out of it with the cardstock, with 1 sheet of cardstock. How cool, right? So anyway, I hope you really enjoy seeing how fun it is and easy it is to craft this fun fold card. Be sure you try it with lots of different designer series paper and the stamps to, make it your own. And be sure you give the video a thumbs up, please. I really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps me grow my small business, and I appreciate your support. Very fun card to make. It was really great. I hope that you give it a try, and I will look forward to seeing you again. Hope you okay, I'm going to start that again. I hope you have a fabulous day and that you have a chance to get inky. Bye-bye.